Hi, this is Romella and your Inner Light Alchemy, and this is your weekly video for empaths to give you some spiritual support. And it is Monday the 9th, so this is for week commencing the 9th of June, and this week on Wednesday the 11th we have a full moon. And at the moment I'm sleeping really well, so I guess it'll probably hit me tonight, but actually I'm quite ready for a bit of clearing and shifting. It feels like a great time just to do some decluttering physical stuff, as well as the the goals, the mindset, the emotions as well that are going on. So yeah, pop that in your diary for Wednesday the 11th. So I'm using the Archangel Metatron deck by Amanda Ellis, and I'll just use some of the sprays as well just to bring a beautiful energy in. And let's see what our message is today. Authentic self, who are you? This is a really beautiful card. This is really calling into you, the real you within your soul, your spirit, not just the labels that we have for the world that we live in. So not just the who are you, I am mum, I am self-employed, I am whilst I prepare the food. It's not the doing things, and it's not the labels. It's who are you? What is your authentic self? So for me, this is reminding me to really tap into my deep spiritual world, into my Atlantean priestess energy, to my Rose priestess energy, to my light, to ground that in and allow that just to expand and grow. So what and who is your authentic self? And try and do a little bit of something for your authentic self every single day. Just even if it's a few minutes of grounding, or slow breathing, or journaling, or pulling yourself a card and then leaving the card out so it catches your eye and works on you on that deep level, or pulling a card and reading before you go to bed and leaving that card out, perhaps especially if it's got some sort of healing messages as well. But really tap into your authentic self and support that spiritual side of you. Okay, the next one we have higher realms and magic. Again, it's building on this energy of who you are, but it's stepping into those higher realms. So for me, this is working with my archangels, with my guides, with my ascended masters, with Metatron, for example, and working with them, calling in Mary and Bridget and the dragons, working in the Akashic records, all these things. What works for you, just to lift you and connect into that higher realms. Because when we tap into that, we can call upon their help and support for the things that we are trying to experience in this human lifetime. We don't have to do it all ourselves. We can ask for the help and support and allow that just to support us and move us. We need to take the actions as well, but just ask for a little bit of help and call in that magic. And then we have communication, speak up and be heard. So it's it's this authentic you. It's more than just the doings and the labels. And it's, sometimes we do need to speak up and say, no, don't disturb me for the next 10 minutes. I am meditating, I am journaling, I am involving, I'm going off and I'm watching this video, I'm doing, and putting down those boundaries. Boundaries are always important for empaths. But this speak up and be heard really feels about recognizing who you really are, how you operate is the word that's coming through in this world that we're living in, and protecting and supporting yourself, and speaking up for your truth. But this is the first thing that comes forward. It's that recognizing and working out and being honest with yourself as to who you really are, beyond the doing and beyond the labels. All right, let's see if there's another card. Okay, let's have you. inner child. Hear and know me. So this one feels, I mean, the colours go so beautifully with the cloth that I've got down, but it is that rainbow energy. And again, it's linking into this authentic self as to who you are on a very deep level. When we look back, when we work with our inner child, they didn't, our inner child didn't have the power to speak, to connect to the higher realms, to do the spiritual. It was more the being, the doing, and the label of being a good girl, a good boy, good at school, behaving, quiet, good at sleeping, good at eating, all those things, rather than being the expressive child that perhaps we were, the artist, the writer, and having those skills recognised. It was more the, I can say community, but that's not the right word, the world's, society's expectations. So again, tapping into this authentic self, just thinking about your inner child, hearing them, knowing what supports them, what would have been a beautiful thing to do for your inner child. And you can still do that now. If having a ice cream with a flake in it, or going to taking, if you've got younger children, and taking them somewhere where your inner child is going to get some joy and some pleasure as well. Really feeling into that. But inner child work can be emotional, but we can just work and look to clear that when we recognise it, when we speak to it, when we acknowledge it. We're not looking for the nasty bits of the inner child. We're looking for that spark of joy, the things that did spark the joy and bring that pleasure through. This one, the last one, we've got beacon and shine on. So this was a beautiful card, just to bring everything together, of that building on the true self of you. Yes, we do have the doings. Yes, we do have the actions and the labels that we have to do in this world. We do have our past that we need to integrate, is the word that's coming through. We also have our support around us that we can tap into. We need to look at our boundaries. We need to speak up and share, and be honest. And even if that is just to ourselves, that is the biggest thing we can do, is being honest to ourselves. And then when we are in this space of our authenticity, this has got the beautiful yellow right round here, and this is also the colour right here, beaming out, the beacon, shine on. And when we are authentic to ourselves, when we are stepping and being in our own light and our own recognition, then that is what we beam out. That ripples out to everyone that we come into connection with. So from our children, our pets, our families, our colleagues, our friends, this ripples out to everybody through the light, and not to diminish. It doesn't diminish our energy. It doesn't diminish our cup. It doesn't affect, it doesn't empty us, is probably a better way of saying it. It just has this positive energy. The vibration that you're then giving out is a higher level and impacts everyone around you. So they are the cards for this week. Let me just move those up. There we go. And yeah, it's nice to end on the 44, nice bit of numerology. So I hope you find these cards useful and supportive. There's certainly lots of things to work on with this authentic self. Just a reminder that it's a full moon on the Wednesday. Let me just see what the time is. I don't know what any of that means. This is what I'm looking at. It's the wee moon diary. Just to see if it's, I don't know which one of those symbols represents me. So yeah, there is a full moon. That's 7 hours for GMT. Okay, so yeah, enjoy this week's energy. We've got a bit of a lighter break with the weather anyway, so it's a bit up and down, but take advantage of that sunshine, ground yourself, allow yourself to go out and walk, to mindfully be present with yourself, to allow that authentic energy of yourself just to be pleasured and supported and to come to full light. And I will wish you a beautiful, beautiful week. If you would like your own personal card reading or work with me in the Akashic Records and the Akashic Realms to clear, I'm going to be popping a little offer out this week. So keep an eye out. There is also my usual full moon, which is a £25 little bonus one, and that is a sort of 3-card reading around your energy and a 3 emotions, the top 3 emotions that are affecting you and ready to be released. So it's a little bit of clearing, and it's also a little bit of wisdom and support for you. So that is £25. That's always available on a full moon and a new moon, because it's a really powerful time, potent time to step into that energy. So I wish you all a beautiful week, and I will see you soon. Thank you for following and subscribing.